Hello. As of recently, I've been thinking about my future. It looks pretty good. A lucrative job in a specialized field. I'm doing better off than the average Joe. And I still feel hopeless. Like none of it is gonna get me anywhere. Like all my work, everything that I do is for naught. I have a lot going for me, and it, I'm still afraid. There's a lot of not good stuff going on now, and I think I saw somewhere once that the markets are tending towards wealthier consumers, as that's the only way they can, or that's a better market, and so they are selling more to them. And the day that Oracle became, the wealthiest company in the world for a short bit, at least on the stock market, and how that is probably not a good sign of an economy, and how there's definitely another crash, maybe. I can't predict the future, but there's much talk about how, we've had the housing crash and the dot-com, and now it's going to be AI. And pumping all of, these large amounts of money into something that doesn't really do much still, and probably won't, isn't good. And I would love to be able to experience just like the general vibe of what it was in 2007, or what it was in whenever the dot-com crash was, so that I can know that either I'm insane and just scared for no reason, or if there's something is going to happen, or if this is very bad news for everybody. A big goal of mine, or at least an avenue in which I could see my life going, is moving to Norway, because that's a good place to go. It's generally peaceful, and, well, not the US. And the other way that I see my life going is towards starting a business and becoming wealthy. That's really just the two paths that I see. And I could probably, given the right circumstances, achieve both. But the Norway option looks better and better every day. And my ability to pull that off depends on what I do now. And a lot of my future, an overwhelming majority, I feel, depends on what I do now. Like there's going to be a great shift in the near future. And the things that I can do to get ahead in the world feel the most present right now. Like everything that I do, if it is not towards that pursuit, is a waste. And more so, I feel like even if I do start a business, even if I do move to Norway, things won't be good there. I don't even think I could make a particularly large sum of money or be able to make it to Norway, to get a job. I feel like jobs are purposeless now. And not just in what you're doing or how you feel about it, but no one needs employees. No one needs someone to work for them. And the prospects of getting a job, of literally like handing someone your resume, doesn't happen anymore. It's mostly online. They always tell you, apply online. And then that gets nowhere. And I've seen this sentiment everywhere. So employment, I don't feel like, is really an option I have unless I'm incredibly lucky or put an egregious amount of time towards it. And even if I do get employed, it's not going to last that long. Employees are extremely expendable nowadays. Turnover is crazy. And so you'd have to just repeat the process of trying to get a job. And it all feels so hopeless. And there's nothing to really do about it. So, starting a business-wise, people give a lot of advice about how you should start a business, what business to start, how you can make your first dollar in 24 hours through drop shipping or something. And it's also not really getting anywhere. I think I had this idea in my head for a while that you can do whatever you put your mind to, right? If I wanted a $1 million business, well, you just gotta start your first one, fail, and start again. But failure is no longer an option. The bottom of the pit has sunken so much deeper than ever before. People used to, be able to rebound. Just get a job for minimum wage and then work for a year or so, and then you have enough money to save up to start your next business. But that doesn't work anymore. And now there's just this infinite pit you can fall down of debt. And you can't really escape it. You lose your credit, you lose accountability, you lose a lot of money, you lose opportunity. You can't go anywhere. You're stuck working a minimum wage job that you'd have to work at for 80 years just to get out of debt. And it's not good. It's not how things should be, but it's how things are. And I often look at things pragmatically as, well, yes, it would be nice if this system were to help the people instead of hurting it in order to further some other agenda. And even just looking at this system, it's scary. There's nowhere to go except down, or scrambling to stay where you are. It seems like your modality is never in your favor. It seems like all opportunity is lost. And I guess this is where my hopelessness comes from. I think about equilibriums a lot. Trying to find a mental equilibrium, a physical equilibrium. Everything is in fluctuation, but I need to find my equilibrium. And I can always work towards it. And financially, that's no longer existent. Things are changing terribly fast. And I don't know where they're going. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. So I guess in the meantime, can continue to hold on to this idea of normality until everything changes. And I'm not any apocalyptic foreseer. I don't think there's going to be some incoming calamity we all have to look out for, to prepare for. But instead, things, as they usually do, will simply slowly decline. And day by day, steadily, things will get worse. And I'm not a pessimist either. I really try and find the best parts of my situation. And the future's always going to be scary, but it's never been scarier than it is now. And I really would love to have some words of hope. You know, not all is lost. You can still do something. But there's nothing really you and I can do. We're stuck in a system that is against us. And I hate to say it, but there's no hope. There's only survival. Anyways, toodles.